Do you like motor racing? If so, I'm at Lydden Hill race circuit, which is just off the A2, about 6 miles west of Dover. Now, it's been a race circuit since the 60s, when it was just originally a dirt track racetrack, and over the years it's hosted such things as British Rallycross. You might remember from Saturday, if you're from my era, growing up and watching World of Sport on a Saturday, where you had the rally cars racing through. I'll probably put some clips up here for you.
Standage is holding on well in 4th position as they come up to Chesters for the 2nd time, and Button is challenging, and he's hit, and there goes Springett's car. He's really smashing it to pieces.
It's a mile-long race circuit. It's got the hill, Devil's Elbow down here, and the big bend at the top end. I forget what they're called.
The modified Fords will get a rerun. The clock's been
They've been doing some timings while I've been here, and their car just crashed
so we should be getting a rerun for the modified Ford race 1. They're being brought down, so hopefully you do get a green flag. We'll keep you updated on that.
So it's kind of trials at the moment. So I thought I'd come down here and have a look at the racing. Custom Cup, so it's custom Fords and custom pickups. They do Rallycross championships here, and they do all manner of racing. You can do track days, so if you've got a souped up BMW or a Toyota, whatever your car is, you can come here and just drive it around. It's really fascinating. So what I'm going to do is take you around to the paddocks. The thing I like about Lydden Hill is you can stand anywhere along the edge of the circuit and watch the cars going around. So unlike Silverstone or Brands Hatch, where you kind of plop yourself down and you watch a few cars whiz by and then wait and wait and wait, and then some more come whizzing by, at Lydden Hill you can just be here all day long and just choose a different location and walk around. So it's really handy.
You've got a program that will be following the timetable in there. So Burley on pole and Hargrave second. We'll get a rerun.
So I'm going to do some footage of this race, the Ford's going round, and then we'll take a walk. I think we'll go up to the top hill, because up the top we can get them coming round the apex. That's really handy. And then we'll go into the paddocks and I'll show you around. Also at Lydden Hill, made famous by Top Gear, right? So you've had the cheap day racing by Jeremy, I forget their names, Clarkson, Hammond and May, where they decide, is it cheaper to do a day of racing instead of playing golf? They've had the taxi car challenge, where Richard Hammond was driving around in taxis. London Cab was he in? So it's hosted lots of things. Lydden Hill, fabulous place, just for a day out. Now, I will add, I live locally, so I get an annual pass, so it's free for me. But there'll be a link in the description to their webpage, and you know, if any of the racing appeals, then you can come down here. I think we're going to get a bit of footage for the restart of this race. Just towing a car off now. So here's the rest. The car went into the sandpit over here. Now, if you watch my video at Headcorn, I was using this camera to try and capture the aeroplanes, but I've put it on a tripod now. I was going to do some street photography on my photography channel, so I got this little Sony Cybershot, which is a nifty little camera, and it does 4K video. But in order to stabilize it, and I'll show you it now as the cars are coming round, I really need a tripod. These old Fords. When they let rip, they will let rip. So yeah, James Hunt won his first ever trophy here. It's all happening, 12 laps. I'm going up to the top. sometimes you might not actually know what races are on. It's just nice to turn up and watch the racing and be this close to the cars. So what I can do, I can give you a bird's eye view of the whole race circuit here. We're at the top apex. Still don't know what the names of these places are. Paddocks over there, where all the cars and the little garages and all the teams usually stay. And then it swings around to where the start line is. And then the other bend, it's just like a giant L shape. I'll put something on the screen for you. Lovely Mark 1 Escort. Been overtaken by a Mark 4 Escort. Come on, catch him out. I think they actually like to look after their cars. Yeah, so James Hunt won his first award here, his first trophy. I'm filming everything and then I miss the fun. The Fiesta couldn't catch up with the Capri. Definitely worth a day out if you're kicking your heels and you're nearby. Come on then lads, get it on. And there's the winner. Not a bad race as it goes. Last race for the session, ready for lunch, so that gives me the opportunity of going down into the paddocks. We'll have a look and see what you can access and what you can see at the paddocks. It's just so open. That's what I like about Lydden Hill. Now, I've never attended any of the other race circuits, Brands Hatch, Silverstone. I'm sure they're wonderful. One of the advantages that Lydden Hill offers, and it may be the same in one of those other locations, again I don't know, but we can get into the paddocks. We can look at all the racing teams, see them fixing their cars and doing repairs, that kind of thing. So let's just take a little walk through the paddocks, have a look at some of these wonderful old Fords and modern Fords. You can get right in to the midst of it. I want to say RS 2000, but I don't think that's, maybe just the shell is a Ford Escort.
You're not in Lydden Hill? No.
Look at these lovely old racing cars. I think I got a bit of footage of them earlier, so I'll display it for you when we get past these. I wouldn't even know if it was a genuine car that they've just modified or if they're kit cars. They look like the old Formula One racing cars from the 60s that I remember. You know, with Graham Hill and Surtees driving. Here's some footage of them going around the circuit earlier. Lydden Hill, it's fabulous. It's a mile circuit that you can stand at any location around the circuit. It's never really full, so you don't end up pushing and barging to get past the, you know, spectators. You can come and walk around the paddocks and take a good old look at all the people fixing their cars. I did some video footage the other week down here on my photography channel. I'll put a link at the top. But they had a car fire. That's what's left. Wow. There. Someone wants to tell me the story.
That was electric cars.
Yeah.
We had here about a month ago.
Okay.
And there's two Lancia Deltas.
Not electric?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They blew up in 5 seconds.
Oh, wow.
And everything was like, it was bad.
Were they the cause of the fire?
Well, we don't know.
Okay.
FIA have not found the cause of it at the moment. So it'll be here for months.
So they can't remove it until they've done the investigation then?
And then when they move it, they've got to take all the tarmac out because it's all contaminated.
Yeah, all that flooring's all melted in, isn't it?
That's right. Well, the white thingies are the Chargers,
Yeah.
which are French, they're not British. Then their system has got generators as well.
Wow.
But FIA are not running a championship anymore. They've scrapped
What, for the electric cars?
one round. Yeah, there's two types. They've got the ones and twos.
No, you said FIA are not running the championship. Does that mean Lydden Hill don't get it,
No,
or it's just everywhere? It's
all
not.
the world, the whole world.
Oh,
They've stopped
okay.
it because there is no evidence to find the cause of it.
Yeah.
Until they go right through the causes. Because you go out there and get out of a car in 5 seconds, you can't.
No way. There was no one in it, was there?
No, but
Phew.
there was somebody in the truck.
Yeah.
But he came up through the top of the roof.
Oh gosh.
Another thing that the FIA are worried, they shouldn't have been plugged in.
Right.
Because it was a Friday, it was a Thursday,
Yep.
which is paper day.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
And they'd only just come back from Sweden. They were in Sweden a week or fortnight beforehand. So the batteries could have been overheating when the co's coming on transporters, they can't find
Okay.
causes.
So they've no idea how long that's going to be until
No,
they
that-
finish their investigation.
And what's his name is losing venue on his.
Yeah.
See when the funfair over there, we were over in that bank for nearly 4 hours, and black smoke just come over, and you weren't allowed to. You weren't allowed to get near it. Well, the fire brigade had 9 fire engines here.
Yeah.
They've never seen a fire. Well, they've never had a big one like that.
But they have to have special equipment, don't they, for electric vehicles?
Because
Unless
you've
it's-
got to get the oxygen out, stop it from burning. It's the oxygen that's making it. And it was black smoke and then white stuff, which is the white stuff from the battery.
So in terms of your own role in all of this, because electric cars are new, do you have to do new training? Do you have to go and do courses and all this kind of stuff?
For motorsport, we have to touch them. They have to be red lights. You mustn't touch them until they've got red light. Formula One's the same. They're not. Nobody's allowed to touch them until you see the red light. Because if it's green, it's live.
Oh, okay.
You can kill yourself.
Yeah. And they're encouraging us all to have electric cars.
exactly.
Plug them in outside our front door.
Well, see, this is the reason why the scooters are going up. People are plugging them overnight.
Yeah.
It's like I've got a phone. If I plug mine in for 3 hours, it comes up saying, "Get it off."
Yeah, charge complete, disconnect.
If you leave it long, you can feel the heat in the system.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for sharing that. Additional footage for the video. You've got to include some of that. The story of the electric car. So yeah, there's a link up here to my video when I was doing photography here. Let's have a look at these last cars then. A whole bunch of classics. Feels like Headcorn, where I was on my last video. A Ford LTD. My dad had an estate version of that. What do you think? A nice coffee to finish the day? And of course, if you get hungry, they've got the food bay here. So you'll easily get yourself a croissant or a breakfast or a mains. They do burgers and chips and all that kind of stuff. In fact, let's go and have a look at the menu. It smells great, but I've had lunch already. So there you go, Lydden Hill Circuit. Definitely worth a little visit if you're, kicking about. Whatever the races are, I will have put a link in the description below. And a cheeky little 6-minute interview with an environmental officer telling us about the fire from last week. Electric cars, are they the future? As long as you don't plug them in overnight. I got my coffee and I'm going to finish the video. Thanks so much for watching my little jaunt around Lydden Hill. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.